Guitar pluck hums past the barroom light. Tape bends under the lantern's glow. Strings vibrate along the polished floor. Chord drifts where the cigarette smoke flows. Big scratches beneath the upright keys. Pedal bends under the pianist's hand. And vibrates along the corner wall. Reverb drifts across the wooden stands. Sustain carries a melody softly on. Strum bends past the neon lamp. Tape hums under the distant stairs. Chord echoes in the alley down. Guitar pluck bends across the quiet hall. Pedal hums along the lantern light. Strings vibrate past the barroom door. Reverb drifts into the smoky night. A big scratch is on the piano ledge. Amp hums in the corner bar. Strum bends along the polished floor. Sustained drifts beneath the moon afar. Chord hums across the empty stage. Tape bends through the lantern glow. Guitar pluck twists on the minor keys. Pedal hums where shadows grow. Strings vibrate past the smoky chair. Reverb drifts across the barroom floor. Guitar pluck twists on the minor keys. Pedal hums in the alley door. Guitar strum bends beneath the lantern's glow. Chord drifts through the corner hall. Tape hums quietly along the alley street. And vibrates softly past it all. Vintage mic catches the voice I keep. Soft reverb hum in the corner dim. Low sustained trembles, soft and deep. Slow press bends with the amplifier's whim. Tied pedal groan under the blues hand. Soft sweet whisper along the barroom floor. Muted brush taps like the shifting sand. Faint shuffle hums as the city roars. Lonely cab glides down the glistening street. One sidewalk hums beneath the worn shoes. Rain drip hums to the midnight beat. Distant horn answers the alley's blues. Weary rhythm hum beneath the smoky haze. Soft tap follows like a careful ghost. Empty bottle waste in the amber blaze. Faint clank hums echoing the most. Slow pour bends through the amber lit glass. One coast to tremble beneath my hand. Half-lit lamp hum as the minutes pass. Slow drip hums through the quiet land. Faint steam curls from the warming mug. Tired hands press on the guitar spine. Soft swirl hum as a blues tug. Low note bend through the smoky line. Restless hand taps on the whiskey glass. Soft chord hum through the smoky brass. Slow strum carries a tune through the bar. Deep bass moans under every scar. Fading tune drifts from the jukebox hum. One leather bench where the nights become lonely booth waits for a story to end. Bar stool squeak joins the music, my friend. Slow sip lingers in the pale candle glow. Cigarette ash falls like the rhythm flows. Tired soul hum in the corner dim. Faint whistle call where the night grows grim. Tired guitar bend, every heartache knows. Bended note tremble like a whispered quote. Slow pedal hum beneath the amp's breath. Warm tube shiver in the smoky depths. Tape is flow over the vintage string. Spring reverb answer the sorrow it brings. Street puddle glisten with reflections of pain. Passing car like a distant train. Lonely mile stretches through the rain streak street. Soft brush hums where the shadows meet. You dissemble whispers the last refrain. whiskey blues again. One bell tinkles as the door swings slow. Slow hums across the barroom floor. Faint sigh floats where the dim lights glow. Empty ashtray waits by the shadow door. Laid our arms through the alley near. Lonely alley listens to the whispered sound. Faint glow gleams as the fog draws clear. Slow fade hums where the lost are found. Soft flicker dance above the polished wood. Tight cold bends with the amplifier's heat. Slow bend hums through the neighborhood. Warm tube hums where the blues and heartbeats meet. Tape echo drifts from the vintage mic. Soft reverb hums in the empty space. Low sustain bends as I strike each stride. Slow press hums where the whiskey's trace. Tired pedal groans with a melancholy tone. Soft sweep hums across the corner booth. Zeddy brush hums like the wind's soft moan. Faint shuffle hums where the night finds truth. Lonely cab waits at the cornerstone. One sidewalk hums with the rain's last drop. Rain drip taps through the streets alone. Distant horn hums as the city won't stop. Worn thread hums under the candle's glow. Neon drips through the dusty window pane. Faint pluck of a lonely upright bass. Whiskey spills as memories remain. Soft strum bends across the corner bar. Slow vibrato twists through the alley air. Low tube hums where the cigarette smoke drips. Tired hands trace the shadows there. Worn amp sighs in the backroom light. Slow hum curls past the cracked wooden floor. Soft tape carries distant piano notes, faint his whispers of nights before. Tight pedal clicks under the musician's hand, slow press bends of minor chords. Empty mic waits by the stage curtain, soft reverb lingers like old words. Low warmth spreads across the smoky hall, faint crackle hums from the jukebox speaker. Warm ribbon vibrates with a muted cry, soft tube bends where the shadows flicker. Over the upright strings, tight note hums along the creaking chair. Soft strum lingers on the midnight key, faint chord hums through the neon air. Low sustain stretches under the bar lamp, slow fade hums across the alleyway. Soft hum drifts from the forgotten room, faint vibration trembles in the doorway. Tight strings sigh as the night unfolds, slow strum bends past the window ledge. Soft pick hums over the empty stage, worn fret carries the last pledge. Midnight train rumbles past the corner sign, whiskey glass trembles with a taste of brine. Smoky bar hums as I trace the floor. Tight eyes glance a closed door. Worn shoes shuffle through the rain street lane. Empty street whispers my forgotten pain. Back alley hums with stories left untold. Low hum rises as the night unfolds. Restless hand caresses the fretboard slow. Soft chord echoes where the memories go. Slow strum lingers with every sorrow tone. Deep bass answers the cries of the lone. Fading tune floats from the jukebox near. Worn leather creaks as the hour draws clear. Lonely booth awaits song. Faint whistle hums of the place I belong. Tired guitar bands bending no cries. Slow pedals as the darkness flies. Warm tube shivers beneath my hands. Tapeous lingers with the music that stands. Slow whistle rolls past the foggy street. The lantern shadows flicker on the wet concrete. Old boots echo as the night drifts near. Barroom hum carries the whiskey's cheer. One hat tilts under a lamplight dim. Jukebox hums a tune, both harsh and grim. Tired eyes follow the shadowed shape. Whiskey pours slowly from the crystal drape. Faint shovel taps along the cobblestone. Back door creaks where the alley's overgrown. Street puddles mirror a flickering flame. Lost footsteps vanish, none remain to claim. Empty alleyways like a secret kept. Trash bins whisper what the night has wept. Broken glass glints in the distant glow. Silence hums softly with the undertow. Soft croon drifts from a half-open door. Whiskey laced their homes with an ancient lore. Strings bend gently under calloused hand. Notes bleed slowly over the empty band. Rain beads gather where the shadows blend. Lampposts shiver, swaying to the end. A stray cat slinks through the dampened street. Footfalls echo where the dark alleys meet. Tavern doors creak as the patrons sigh. Smoke curls upward, mingling with the sky. Old piano hums beneath tired fingers. Every note trembles as the night lingers. Bar stool squeaks where the lonely man sits. Glasses clink softly, the bartender nets. Time drips slowly in the amber light. Every chord bends with a spectral bite. The wind hums through the narrow lane. Old signs flicker in the misty rain. Echoes carry a forgotten tone. Memories linger Lampposts flicker to the final beat. Notes hang heavy in the smoke-filled air. Slow whistle fades like a whispered prelude. Tide note drifts across the foggy dark. Bell clangs faint from the distant chill. Pluck rises through the salt-stung air. Footsteps fade where the ropes twist and slip. Soft strum bends past the lantern's glare. Slow slide curls around the weather crate. Tired fingers trace the railing's age. Waves whisper secrets as the tide abates. Faint chord hums along the dockside plains. Soft pick scratches under the mooring poles. Low sustained bends through the rolling fall. Mist curls around the distant coast. Slow press vibrates beneath the lantern glow. Tide pedal bends as a foghorn moans. Strings hum past the warehouse walls. Footsteps vanish where the water's cold. Oh, soft sweep twists over the wooden pier. Faint plug drifts through the salty air. Lingers where the fog rolls in. Lantern flickers on the ship's old stair. Tide note bends along the swinging crane. Soft strum hums in the empty shed. Slow slide carries through the harbor mist. Bell echoes faint where the ropes are spread. Pick jets past the piling poles. Chord curls through the fog-bound lane. Low sustained hums over the water's edge. Footsteps vanish in the harbor rain. Tired fingers linger on the dockside rail. Soft chord drifts through the midnight mist. Strings bend past the lantern glow. The harbor sleeps while the night persists. beneath the lamp's dim glow. Plug drifts from the upright piano nearby. Chord bends through the smoke-filled ballroom. Pedal-sized neon flickers in the sky. Tape carries whispers along the wooden floor. Note resonates under the lantern's gaze. Pig scratches past the corner window. Strings echo through the alleyway maze. Tube shivers in the shadowed room. Press bends where the piano stands. Strum curls under the distant street lamp. Chord lingers on the polished hands. Sustain vibrates through the corner stair. Fred trembles past the whiskey glass. Plug drifts beneath the hallway lamp. Tape hums as midnight moments pass. Across the dim-lit floor. Pig scratches on the piano ledge. Chord carries through the silent bar. Two vibrates under the neon edge. Strum bends over the candlelight. Note echoes past the alley wall. Tape twists through the shadowed hall. Strings vibrate where the night birds call. Press curls across the ballroom bench. Chord lingers in the cigarette haze. Sustained hums past the wooden stair. Pig scratches through the lantern's blaze. Clock drifts above the polished stage. Tape bends under the lamp's soft flare. Pedal bends past the alley door. Two vibrates with the midnight air. Pedal bends under the alley lamp. Strings vibrate across the cobblestone street. Cigarette smoke twists in the midnight air. Piano keys hum a somber beat. Amp hums in the corner room. Chord drifts past the rusty sign. Reverb curls beneath the neon glow. Pig scratches as the shadow line. Tape hums quietly from the back room. Sustain carries the melancholy song. Strum bends under the lamp's faint flicker. Bell chimes as night moves along. Guitar plug drifts through the narrow hall. Pedal bends with a minor chord. Piano hums past the smoky walls and vibrates under the old wood board. Strings echo across the alley stairs. River bends beneath the street lamp glow. Pig scratches through the distant hum. Chord lingers as the night moves slow. Guitar plug hums beneath the rooftop bell. Piano bends past the alley wall. Amp vibrates in the distant bar. Chord carries through the empty hall. Strings hum under the lantern's flicker. Pig bends past a wooden stair. Tape vibrates in the quiet corner. Sustained drifts in the midnight air. Weary rhythm rolls through the narrow street. Soft tap hums with a cab slow glide. Empty bottle waits on the corner ledge. Faint clang hums where the shadows hide. Slow pour drifts into the waiting glass. Warm coaster trembles beneath my hand. Half-lit lamp glows above the alley wall. Slow drip hums where the rain is the sand. Faint steam rises from the mug I cradle. Tired hands tremble on the fretboard warm. Soft swirl hums beneath the lantern light. Low note bends as the blues are born. One bell tinkles from the barroom door. Slow hum across a floor so bare. Faint side drifts through the smoke-filled room. Empty ashtray waits for the late night air. Late hour hums through the puddle lane. Lonely alley whispers the stories past. Faint glow flickers on the wet cobblestones. Slow fade hums as the shadows last. Soft flicker traces the edge of the stage. Tired chord bends beneath the amp side. Slow bend hums in the smoky haze. Warm tube whispers where the echoes lie. Tape echo hums from the vintage mic. Soft reverb lingers through the room so small. Low sustain hums beneath my fingers' touch. Slow press hums with a nice quiet call. Tired pedal groans as the blues unfold. Soft sweet hums across the barroom floor. Loaded brush taps in the rhythm untold. Faint shuffle hums carrying the Lord. Lonely cat waits at the alley's end. One sidewalk shivers in the rain, soft kiss. Rain drip hums like a distant drum. Distant horns as the city's bliss. Weary rhythm fades with the fading night. Soft tap hums as the streetlights die. Empty bottle rest by the alley wall. Faint clink hums where the last notes lie. Drum drifts across the foggy pier. Lanterns sway under the harbor's mist. Faint hum rises from the moored boats. Footsteps vanish where the ropes twist. Slow bend bends along the wooden planks. Whiskey glimmers in a chipped glass. Soft chord lingers in the damp night air. Train whistles faint beyond the pass. Tired fingers trace the railing edge. Cigarette smoke curls along the dock. Strum echoes past the warehouse door. Bell clanks faint from a distant clock. Faint hum twists through the misted alley. Chord bends beneath the lantern's glare. Slow bend drifts past the swinging crane. Footsteps vanish in the harbor air. Soft chord hums under the ship's deck. Strum bends along the mooring ropes. Tired fingers linger where shadows crawl. Lantern flickers on the distant slopes. Slow bend trembles across the waterline. Faint hum drifts through the cargo bay. Soft chord curls where the tide rolls in. Train whistles echo far away. Strum bends on the dockside planks. Tired fingers hum along the lantern glow. Faint hum drifts past the foggy rails. Footsteps fade where the night winds blow. Slow bend hums beneath the swinging lamp. Soft chord drifts over the wooden pier. Strum vibrates across the misty harbor. Lanterns fade as the morning nears. smoke curls past the lamplight. Faint blur rise from the bright piano. Shadows tremble on the fog night. Soft strum carries through the empty hall. Footsteps echo on the creaking floor. Low sustained bands beneath the distant bell. Whiskey drips by the barroom door. Slow slide whispers under the stairwell. Tired fingers linger on the piano key. Soft chord hums past the windowsill. Rain taps softly on the rooftops with ease. Faint hum flows through the narrow street. Slow strum curls along the candle's glow. Soft pick scratches past the shadow chair. Footsteps vanish where the alley bends below. Low band twists along the polished bench. Slow vibrato trembles in the candlelight. Faint cold drips across the silent hall. Bottle clinks under the foggy night. Tired pedal bends on the upright keys. Soft sweep flows past the distant stairs. Low sustained hum beneath the lantern glow. Shadows linger where the fog declares. Slow press hums in the corner room. Faint hiss curls across the ballroom floor. Soft cold bends past the lamp's dim flare. Train whistles faint beyond the alley door. Time no lingers under the wooden chair. Soft strum drifts through the midnight air. Slow band carries past the distant hall. Cigarette smoke twists in the bottom lid. Cigarette smoke curls above the worn leather seat. Rail sparks flash under the blackened wheel. Moonlight slides across the sleeping platform. Brass bell echoes where the shadows kneel. The conductor hums a hollow tune. Steel tracks rattle under iron hands. Lantern light flickers on a distant wall. Bridges whisper secrets across the land. Train whistle moans through the fogged up night. Bench creaks under a stranger's weight. Keys jangle softly in a distant room. Footsteps fade into the empty gate. Bottle clinks softly by the sleeping guard. Windows rattle with each passing wind. A party's hums from a hidden street. Shutters shiver where the night has thinned. Cracked leather shoes drag across the floor. Nitro sighs echo from the station hall. Tin roofs tremble with distant thunder. Lantern shadows stretch along the wall. Midnight oil burns in a lonely room. Clock ticks softly over faded sheets. Old letters tremble in a forgotten trunk. Street lamp hums as the train retreats. Iron gate creaks at the warehouse door. Smoke curls in the alleyway air. Rusty chains rattle under unseen weight. Door hinges groan without a care. Whistle fades into the rising sun. Tracks vanish under the morning glow. Keys jangle from a distant pocket. The town sleeps, but the stories flow. Tired fingers trace the wallpaper's crack. Faint plug rises from a broken piano. Soft strum bands in the lonely room. Rain taps the window in quiet echo. Low sustained hums through the narrow hall. Slow slide bands past the bed frame's edge. Tired note lingers on an empty dresser. Footsteps vanish down the creaking ledge. Soft pick scratches on the cracked nightstand. Faint chord curls across the dim-lit floor. Slow strum drifts past a flickering lamp. Whiskey sighs from the open door. Tired pedal bends where the clock's tick-tock. Strings hum beneath the dusty sheet. Soft chord bends past the peeling wallpaper. Rain dances along the alley streets. Soft sweet drifts past the ceiling fan. Tired note echoes in the corner chair. Shadows linger where the night began. Slow press hums under the window frame. Faint plug carries through the vacant room. Soft strum bands along the dresser top. Bottle glints in the muted gloom. Tired fingers linger on the piano keys. Strings bend beneath the lamp's pale light. Slow slide twist past the curtain edge. Rain taps the roof through the night. Soft pick hums where the floorboards creak. Faint chord drifts along the hallway wall. Low sustained echoes with a distant sigh. The motel sleeps while shadows fall. from the fire escape. Neon reflections twist on wet cobblestone. Overwhelming hums in a hidden corner. Piano keys whisper unbroken tone. Tin cups clatter on the bar's edge. Ash falls from a burning cigar. Door swings open with a sudden creak. Brass lamp glows in a smoky spark. Footsteps echo on the cracked alley floor. Rust flakes fall from old iron signs. Guitar hums a melancholy tune. Candles flicker through the window blinds. Whiskey drips into a chipped glass. Harmonica bends a lonely cry. Street lamp hums above the narrow street. Cobblestones glisten under the sky. Crickets chatter beside the railroad track. Tin roof rattles in the midnight wind. Foot taps echo through the darkened hall. Hollow door groans where the walls are thin. Bottle caps scattered across the barroom floor. Old letters rustle in the drawer. Lantern flickers on a faded sign. Wind hums softly through the door. Curtains sway in the empty hotel room. Keys jingle in a pocket nearby. Shutters rattle with a distant tune. Moonlight pools under the sky. Violin hums in a hidden parlor. Footsteps fade on the upstairs stairs. Tin bells jangle from the corner shop. The night stretches long in the air. Bar's leather warm groove and spilled ride. Faint vibration hums through the cracked wood floor. A slow fade of neon paints your tired face. Soft bend of guitar strings lingers by the door. Empty fret echoes under my weary hand. Tide pick scratches chords I can't recall. Slow hum drifts where the shadows understand. Soft chord whisper stories against the wall. Faint slide of bottles on the camera side. Low echo rises where the night birds cry. Slow press of piano keys bends like a tune. Soft tube hums beneath the dim neon a smoky room. Faint fuzz lingers under the shadowed gloom. Slow tremolo bends each note with desire. Tied strings shiver beneath the lamp's pale fire. Across the empty street, empty amp answers with a subtle retreat. Slow slide of the night into the early dawn. Faint chord lingers, then the silence is drawn. Fred bends under the neon glow. Plug comes through the silent hall. Chord drifts past the whiskey bottle. Pedal sighs beside the polished wall. Tape vibrates across the piano keys. No lingers under the lantern's gaze. Strum twists through the smoke-filled corner. Pick scratches on the barroom stage. Tube resonates through the empty street. Press bands where shadows lean. Sustained hums in a distant room. Chord echoes beneath the alley beam. Fred vibrates on the wooden stair. Plug carries through the backroom air. Tape hums under the glowing lamp. Strings echo in the cigarette glare. Pedal bends along the polished floor. Note curls past the lantern's gleam. Pick scratches on the piano ledge. Chord flows through the whiskey dream. The shadowed hall. Sustained hums where the night birds call. Press bends across the barroom bench. Chord lingers where smoke curls high. Pick scratches under the corner lamp. Plug drifts past the window sky. Fred vibrates above the silent stage. Tape hums as the lantern fades. Pedal bends through the alley floor. Strings echo in the midnight shades. Slow sip lingers on the edge of the glass. Cigarette ash falls, letting the moments pass. Jukebox hum carries the melody low. Tired soul waits for the story to show. Faint whistle echoes in the empty street. Tired guitar cries with a bending beat. Bending note bends like a sorrow I hide. Slow pedal groans while the night collides. Warm tube hums beneath the glowing light. Tape hiss whispers through the lonely night. Spring reverb lingers across the old floor. Street puddle glimmers outside the door. Passing calms with a restless tune. Lonely mile stretches beneath the silver moon. Soft brush hums as I trace the guitar. Muted cymbal whispers from afar. Midnight train rolls through the sleeping town. Whiskey glass trembles as the notes come down. Smoky bar watches the stories unfold. Tired eyes blink at the memories cold. Worn shoes shuffle across the old street. Empty street echoes every rhythmic beat. Back alley murmurs in shadows deep. Low hum lingers where the lost souls creep. scratches under the lantern glow. Beauty symbol taps in the deserted station. Faint slide echoes from the old upright. Soft brush carries whispers of old frustration. Worn foot taps along the creaking platform. Slow tremolo hums and the steel rails hum. Low note vibrates as the freight train passes. Empty amp sighs where the shadows come. Soft strum drifts from a back room window. Fan chord lingers on a peeling wood. Tired fingers linger on the dusty keys. Worn palms of nights misunderstood. Slow fatal lantern light spills on the floor. Low echo bends on the old hotel stair. Soft tube hums with a melancholy tale. Faint vibration twines through the midnight air. Empty fret moans beneath a lone musician. Tight tone lingers over broken chairs. Soft chord bends with a distant memory. Faint fuzz trembles like forgotten prayers. Slow press of piano keys calls the night. Warm groove pulses through the alleyway door. Tie string sigh in the corner shadows. Low groove carries echoes of days before. Soft sustained hum from the upright bass. Faint his curls along the cracked plaster. Slow swing dance through the quiet ballroom. Empty amp whispers of a lives long after. The cymbal drags across the polished floor. Tired hand lingers where the bottle waits. Soft strum bends under the neon window. Faint tap hums through the deserted gate. Where rhythm hums through the smoky room. Soft tap echoes like a distant drum. Empty bottle waits where the shadows loom. Faint clink hums, the night has come. Slow pour spills from the amber glass. One coaster trembles with every sound. Half-lit lamp flickers above the floor. Slow dread hums as the night drifts down. Face steam curls from the mug I hold. Tired hands rest upon the fretboard worn. Soft swirl hums through the smoky air. Low note bends with a weary moan. One bell jingles as the door swings wide. Slow hum drifts across a dim lit floor. bar stool creak. Empty ashtray waits by the shadow door. 8-hour homes beneath the lonely street light. Lonely alley whispers the tale unsaid. Faint glow gleams on the rain-slick stones. Slow fade hums where the stories tread. Star flicker dances on the wooden beams. Tire cord bends like the evening sky. Slow bend trembles beneath my fingers. Warm tube hums a quiet lullaby. Tobacco drifts from the vintage mic. Soft reverb hums with a fragile tune. Low sustain hums beneath the amp's chest. Slow press hums under the smoky moon. Tired pedal groans beneath the bluesy hand. Soft sweep hums along the wooden floor. Muted brush taps a rhythm I can't command. Faint shuffle hums from the distant door. Lonely cab glides down empty lane. Worn sidewalk hums beneath my shoes. Rain drip taps in time with the tune. Distant horn answers the midnight blues. Weary rhythm fades with the barroom light. Soft tap trembles as the city sleeps. Empty bottle waits, the last call gone. Faint clink hums where the darkness keeps.
Tired eyes watch the bartender pour. Smoke curls upward from the floor. Shadows bend beneath the half-lit glow. Glass trembles as the night moves slow. Low gaze follows a stranger's hand. Cards shuffle softly on the bar's worn stand. Melody drifts from a dusty piano. Whiskey lays their hums soft and low. Faded coat hangs over a crooked chair. Threads fray slowly like the city's care. Footsteps tap in a lonely alley. Echoes vanish under the street lamp tally. Passing taxi hums along the slick street. Its engine moans like a restless heartbeat. Rain puddles mirror the neon glow. Night exhales in a quiet, steady flow. Slow step drifts across a creaking floor. Floorboards groan beneath the midnight roar. Fingers drum softly on a polished wood. Each tap hums secrets only the night understood. Bar stool lean against a shadowed wall. Smoke curls upward from the lounge hall. The piano hums a fading refrain. Notes bend gently through the barroom's pain. Tired eyes linger on a frame poster. Dusty reflections on the polished coaster. Cigarette smoke dances in lazy rings. Every chord bends as the old bell rings. Low gaze catches the amber lit glass. Patron sighs as the slow moments pass. Footsteps echo in the empty hall. The night hums softly over it all. Faded coat flutters as the wind creeps. Rain hits a sidewalk and pattern sweeps. The door swings open with a lonely groan. Every sound hums like a quiet tone. Passing taxi fades down the wet avenue. Slow step fades, leaving no clue. Tired eyes close under the dim lit haze. The barroom sighs through the smoky maze.
Tired note echoes off the iron rail. Steam rises from the passing freight. Plug drifts across the foggy yard. Whistle calls the night to wait. Soft strum vibrates through the signal tower. Bell clangs faint through the misted air. Low sustained bends beneath the rail car door. Footsteps vanish down the wooden stair. the train. Pick scratches against the metal siding. Sustain carries past the signal light. Soft sweep twists through the distant shadows. Steam hisses softly into the night. Tired pedal bends beneath the caboose. Faint chord drifts from the worker's tune. Soft chord lingers where the boxcars wait. Footfalls vanish under the rising moon. Slow vibrato drifts past the water tower. Strings resonate with the engine's cry. Low sustained trembles along the fence. Tape hums beneath the empty sky. Slow press vibrates through the loading dock. Chord twists where the lanterns sway. Soft pick hums from the platform on edge. Train yard whispers guide the night away. Tide no bends under the foggy lamp. Plug drifts past a distant track. Soft strum echoes in the silent yard. Footsteps fade and the shadows crack. Weary rhythm rolls down the rain-slick street. Soft tap echoes under the lamplight dim. Empty bottle waits where the shadows meet. Faint clink hums with a ghostly hymn. Slow pour drifts into the amber glass. One coaster holds the tales of pain. Half-lit light flickers as the hours pass. Slow drip hums with the thunder of the rain. Against the fretboard worn. Soft swell bends in the smoky undertow. Low note hums where the heart is torn. One bell tingles as the doors swing wide. Slow hum rolls across the wooden floor. Faint sigh floats where the patrons hide. Empty ashtray waits for stories of you. Late hour hums beneath the alley wall. across the barroom space. Tired chord dance under the warm tube's light. Slovin hums in the smoky embrace. Tape echo hums through the long night. Soft strum floats above the ballroom floor. Whiskey drips from the polished counter. Slow strum bends past the candlelight. Piano keys hum under the corner lantern. Faint chord vibrates along the dusty wall. Soft pick scratches across the upright piano. Footsteps vanish in the narrow hall. Bell tinkles faint from a distant window. Low sustained hums beneath the bar stool. Cigarette smoke twists in the midnight air. Soft strum bends along the worn chair. Strangers whisper where the shadows stare. Slow strum drifts through the corner bench. Whiskey glints in a chip glass. Faint chord hums beneath the lantern glow. Train whistles echo across the alley pass. Soft pick scratch against a polished floor. Piano keys bend under calloused hands. Low sustained trembles through the candlelight. Footsteps vanish on the distant sands. Soft strum bends where the smoke curls. Faint chord drifts past the barroom wall. Slow strum hums along the hallway end. Lantern flickers above the polished hall. Sustained vibrates beneath the piano lid. Soft strum bends where the smoke curls. Faint chord drifts past the barroom wall. Slow strum hums along the hallway end. Lantern flickers above the polished hall. Low sustained vibrates beneath the piano ledge. Soft pick curls past the lamp's dim glare. Strum hums under the corner bench. Cigarette smoke floats through the midnight air. Soft strum bends along the polished stage. Faint chord drifts beneath the lantern light. Slow strum hums across the ballroom floor. Whiskey whispers softly into the night. Tide tone drifts across the wooden floor. Faint vibration curls from the rusty string. Warm thumbs in the dim lit bar. Soft chord bends where the cigarette clings. Empty amp sides under the lantern's glow. Low echo dances through the smoky air. Slow tremolo bends old forgotten songs. Faint fuzz lingers as the night declares. Soft brush drags past the corner stool. You dissemble arms in the alleyway dark. Tired fingers tap on the upright keys. 1 foot shuffles to the piano spark. Slow slide bends on a broken guitar. Faint chord trembles beneath the neon light. Low note hums across a silent room. Empty fret moans in the fading night. Soft sustained whispers in the back hall. Tight hand rests on the bar's edge. Warm groove trembles like the distant train. Faint his curls as the shadows pledge. Slow press echoes along the cracked tiles, yeah. Steady cymbal drags through the smoke. Low volume hums under the faded sign. Soft strum bends while the night holds. Faint tap lingers along the hallway floor. Tide pick scratches the old door frame. Warm hums in the whiskey haze. Soft tube bends in the neon flame. Slow swing drifts over the barroom chairs. Empty amp whispers past the smoke-filled air. Faint slide curls around the upright bass. Tie strings sigh as the night declares. Street lamps flicker above the deserted street. Creaking sign sways in the cold breeze. A quarter drifts through the alley corner. Brass bell echoes from the church steeple trees. Footsteps scrape on the warm wooden floor. Candle flickers in the diner window. Whistle calls from a distant train. Bridges hum in the early shadow. Oh. Tin roofs rattle under the autumn wind. Keys jingle on the piano ledge. Smoke curls from the chimneys high. Lantern shadows stretch along the edge. Glass clinks in a quiet barroom corner. Piano notes drip from the upstairs room. Door creaks under a forgotten hand. Rust flakes spiral in the candle gloom. Brass lamp hums on the cracked alley wall. Footsteps echo down the empty hall. Old letters tremble in the trunk. Window panes rattle at the night's call. Streetcar hums past the midnight street. Cigarette smoke curls above the rail. A party besides a weary tune. Bridges murmur under the moon's pale veil. Lantern flickers in the bar's rear room. Tin bells jingle on a rooftop ledge. Keys hum on a corner desk. Shutters shiver at the window edge. Whistle fades as a train departs. Cobblestones glisten under the lantern's glow. Footsteps vanish in a silent town. The night hums quietly and stories flow. Yeah. Air hums along the steel rail. Strings vibrate with the whistle's cry. Guitar strum bends past the station lamp. Piano keys hum and shadows pass by. Tape hums through the distant train car. Chord drifts beneath the lantern glow. Pick scratches across a polished floor. Sustained carries where the night moves slow. Pedal bends under a calloused hand. Reverb curls through the alley's end. Bell tinkles faint from the distant track. Strum bends where the neon bends. Guitar plug drifts past the barroom glass and vibrates under the lantern's light. Tape hums softly in a quiet hall. Chord dance through the alley night. Strings hum in the corner shadows. Pick scratches on the wooden stage. Pedal bends beneath the piano keys. Sustain carries a story's cage. Piano hums past a smoky wall. Reverb drifts under the neon light. Strum bends across the barroom floor. Chord echoes through the silent night. And vibrates under the stairwell glow. Tape hums along the alleyway. Pig scratches past the lantern lamp. Sustained drifts where the night will stay. Strings hum beneath the steel roof. Pedal bends in the distant hall. Chord lingers past the barroom door. Guitar strum hums beneath it all. Tide note echoes off the wet alley bricks. Rain taps the cobblestones with quiet forms. Slow slide drifts along the lantern posts. Whistle of a distant train calls its chords. Soft chord hums beneath the fire escape. Faint pluck rises from the piano near. Slow press bends across the sidewalk wall. Footsteps vanish where the fog appears. Tide note bends along the streetlight glow. Rain trickles past the dampened walls. Soft chord vibrates through the corner shop. Lamp flickers quietly as night falls. Faint pluck curls through the misty stair. Slow slide trembles under the wooden door. Slow press hums over the alley stones. Footsteps echo past the hidden floor. Across a narrow street, soft chord drifts beneath the lamplight. Faint pluck twists past the boarded shop. Rain whispers secrets through the night. Slow slide bands along the warehouse gate. Slow press hums under the lantern beam. Tide note drifts past the alley chair. Lamp flickers quietly in a distant dream. Soft chord bends across the puddle floor. Faint plug hums under the window pane. Slow press drifts past the corner wall. Rain taps the rooftops like a soft refrain. Tide note curls beneath the foggy lamp. Slow slide drifts along the alleyway. Soft chord hums as the city sleeps. Faint plug echoes until the break of day.
Steam rises over the iron rails. Footsteps echo down a shadowed path. Slow slide drifts past the freight car doors. Whistle cries into the night. Tired fingers linger on the platform bench. Lantern flicker under the fog sky. Soft chord trembles as a train bell tolls. Rope sway where the cargo lies. Slow strum carries through the distant yard. Footsteps vanish on the wet gravel. Faint plug curls past the wooden railing. Steam hisses softly in into the alleys. Slow slide hums beneath the lamp's dim glow. Strings vibrate along the iron beams. Soft chord bends under the night's embrace. Train whistles echo past the silent street. Trace the lantern post. Slow strum drifts past the warehouse door. Faint pluck rises through the foggy rails. Footsteps fade into the midnight roar. Soft chord hums under the water tower. Lantern light flickers across the yard. Slow slide bends along the distant tracks. Steam curls over the rusted guard. Tired fingers linger on the dockside road. Slow strum echoes past the pilot post. Faint pluck hums along the creaking crane. Train whistles fade over the harbor ghost. Slow slide drifts past the signaling bell. Soft chord bends across the wooden floor. Tired fingers hum along the lantern's glow. Footsteps vanish where the night restores. Soft pick scratches across the piano keys. Lamp flickers on the crack of wall. Low band drips past the bed frame edge. Rain taps against the window's call. Slow press bends under the dresser's corner. Tired note lingers in the quiet air. Faint cold curls through the wooden chair. Cigarette smoke swirls with care. Soft pig hum beneath the ceiling lamp. Footsteps echo down the hallway stair. Low bend vibrates over the bed's edge. Whiskey whispers faint through the room's glare. Slow press on along the dusty floor. Tired no bends past the dresser top. Faint chord drifts through the candlelight. Rain taps softly, yes, the night won't stop.
in the shadowed hall. Low band carries past the bedpost glow. Lantern flickers along the ceiling wall. Tired no hums beneath the pillow edge. Slow press curl past the window pane. Faint chord drifts along the wooden floor. Cigarette smoke coils through the quiet lane. Soft pick bends where the bed frame creaks. Slow band hums under the lantern's glare. Tide no vibrate along the dusty wall. Footsteps vanish in the silent air. Slow press hum through the corner chair. Faint chord bends past the hallway in. Soft pick drifts past the candlelight. The motel sleep while night descends.